more revenue opportunities, of course, as ever with my content. But this is most importantly about 8 different AI powered sales secrets that you can apply directly to close sales deals faster. So if you have ever wanted to close sales deals more quickly, and let's face it, that applies to most people in sales situations. And really, the reason I'm revealing the 8 AI-powered routes that you can apply to do this is because these are the little known techniques. These are the lesser discussed sales techniques that, of course, with virtual selling and with selling today, which are so useful. So if you really want to take your sales right now to the complete next level, then these are the types of differentiating techniques which are going to help you to do this. And these are techniques that I've applied in my business. So again, I'm speaking about what I've applied in my business and sales strategy. And of course, that is important because these are tried and tested. And of course, these are the tools and techniques that I can recommend for you if you are not from a sales background, if you are new to selling, or maybe if you're a founder who is doing a startup and you're finding that for the first time you're having to make sales happen. So, really, this is all about how you can leverage AI to improve your sales cycle and conversions. And why I think this is really relevant and interesting today is that whether you're a sales professional or an entrepreneur or just a business owner, that we really require actionable tips and tricks that we can take and use and go out there with. So, with that, I can tell you that if something that you've been wanting to do in terms of this is to find better tools that you can take and apply in order to, really maximize your sales potential and your sales opportunities. And these are exactly the sales tools that you can apply, and these are all low cost, generally relatively low cost, but some of the tools are in fact paid tools. So again, depending on your business budget. So first of all, what's the challenge today for those in sales situations? Well, there's a lot of different aspects to the sales process, and at different steps and stages, we need to implement and adopt new strategy and new information, and we need to obviously apply that, and based on that, recommend solutions and ways forwards for our potential clients. So, why is it particularly, what's the kind of problem and challenge that I think I see for people in sales situations and closing deals? Well, some of the challenges are that the leads and the prospects that they're speaking with are not actually the right prospects. Sometimes people have had multiple meetings and then they have established that these are not actually the right leads, that the leads are not qualified. Other times as well, it's around the sales pitch itself, that perhaps the sales pitch is feeling too generic. It's feeling like something, just repeated, recited, and the prospect is aware of that. And they just don't feel like the solution and the recommendation is personalized to them. And so they feel, like they are just in a process having a recommendation from a team who have certain sales options to recommend. And that's something we never ever want, of course, our prospects and clients to feel and experience. Another thing as well is about the medium and the method. And of course, video is huge today, and video in sales is extremely effective as well. So it might be how personalized we are making those communications in terms of our prospecting as well. Sometimes as well, people are struggling with follow-up. If people are struggling to do and apply follow-up, then of course what that means is that leads and potential deals will be lost because they don't have the right level of rapport and also of follow-up in order to, really ensure that those sales take place. And another thing as well that's really important is to get sales coaching in real time, and AI, of course, can help us to do that. So, with that being said, here are some of the sales tools that, when applied, you could see a massive jump in your sales closing rate, right? So, the first one, if you're looking to find more hot leads instantly, is the platform called Clay. So Clay is a great platform that you can leverage to scrape and qualify leads using AI filters. So you can set this up with your specific filters and lead criteria, and Clay will help you to identify the correct leads much faster. So it's a great AI tool for that. Then secondly, in terms of lead scoring. Now, lead scoring can be important. And what that means is that when you have a specific criteria that you will qualify leads against. It's typically attributes, it's typically things like company size or the location or, for example, the profession of the lead. So, again, based on specific criteria and attributes, you will have a score that you apply. Plus, it might also be based on the actual need that that lead has and how closely it matches your particular solution. So again, lead scoring is something that's very, very helpful to do. Now, there's a couple of CRM platforms and also a great lead generation platform that can help you to do this better. So Apollo.io can help with lead scoring on certain subscriptions, and so can Close CRM. So for those of you that may be familiar with my content, I co-authored a blog with Close, and Close.io is a CRM tool which is based in the US, and they can essentially, one of their subscriptions as well, helps you to apply a actual lead score to your leads. So those tools are very useful as well. Now, next, how else can you apply AI to your sales process? Well, the next important way is to personalize your pitches, of course. And what this means is doing the best research, best research, which you then turn into talking points about your offering, which relate more closely to your buyer. In order to do this, so the challenge historically was always that you then had to do research on the web, you had to go on LinkedIn, you had to do research in multiple places, and then you had to turn that research into some specific talking points and messaging, which was more likely to resonate with your buyer. Now, today there are tools like ChatGPT, like Jasper, and like Close. Like um, uh, there's the closer.io platform, and copy.ai as well as another one. So there are multiple different AI copywriting tools which are specifically designed for AI and the purpose of personalization, specific use cases. That can save you a lot of time. So again, if you're looking for something more advanced in copywriting, but you don't perhaps have the budget for a copywriter, you can definitely try out one of those tools. So the next important way that you can implement AI into your sales process would be in terms of video messages. So with video messaging, there are some great platforms and tools like Replic. Replic.io is a really great tool where you can essentially create videos and then send out more personalized videos by having your LinkedIn profile of your buyer in the background, and it can essentially send up to sort of create up to 20 at one time. So you simply upload one video and it can then create these personalized videos according to which prospect. You can then send those out via LinkedIn or via email. And then that again just gets the attention of your buyer. It just seems more personalized. And another type of tool for this would be, in terms of Synthesia, where again you can send more personalized videos. Another one would be Vidyard. There's multiple ones that you may prefer for this type of process in terms of personalized videos. So whatever your preference, of course, select the best video platform for you. But just remembering that again with video, we can take a decision and our buyer can essentially see and understand more about what we're saying in a way that is more perhaps their preference. Remembering that buyers buy in different ways. So some buyers are auditory, as in audio, some are very visual, and then some are going to be kinesthetic in terms of experience. So if your buyer is a visual buyer, so it's not going to work as well for every single buyer, but if your buyer happens to be more visual, they are going to really prefer a video as opposed to perhaps a more audible buyer, which is going to prefer an audio note. And you can of course do audio notes on LinkedIn as well. But the AI piece is, of course, to personalize at scale to help you to create those backgrounds in moments, which then look very professional, on your videos and messaging. So that is what I recommend for follow-ups and also pitching, essentially where you're able to go out for cold organic outreach, and you're able to get in front of more buyers, and you're able to simply talk to them about why your business is relevant and problems they may be going through. So again, it's not a full sales pitch. It's a short video, but it's very, very beneficial because it allows you to create these, significant key kind of elevator pitch points, which they can then decide to book a meeting with you on. So it's a great way to do that with the right buyer. So coming back to the next important step, so we are now on step 5. So for follow-up. Now, why is it that follow-up is something that people struggle with? Well, believe it or not, automated follow-up is effective because it's like a reminder in a calendar. Automated follow-up means that prospect gets typically a number of emails which remind them about your meeting, about the next step, and about the opportunity to take an action. Why this is valuable is because, again, when it relies on the salesperson or the sales team or the founder, again, typically the founder cannot be in all places at one time. So it's really helpful to have this type of automated follow-up. And great platforms for this would be Instantly AI or smartlead.ai. There are multiple platforms, again, where you can create this. There's also Lemlist AI. So again, plenty of great AI platforms to help you to do this. This is an entirely impartial video. I'm simply sharing my experience and platforms that I have used and found effective. So next, in terms of sales coaching and the ability to get sales coaching. So why is this so helpful? Well, it is because now with the ChatGPT voice, we can literally do live role plays with an AI. Now we can get feedback from that AI, and we can start to consider is our role play we can get coaching essentially. Now, though that may not be nearly as effective as one-to-one coaching with a sales expert, there are a couple of tools which can help as well, which have been, again, trained on large data sets. So gong.io, which is not a low-cost platform. It is a more premium platform. However, they have fused AI into it. And Gong, of course, is one of the largest platforms for call recording. So what it will do is it will give feedback on the amount of speaking in the call by you as a seller versus your buyer. And again, it's come up with a variety of ways to give real kind of coachable feedback on things you can improve, things you can change, things that might change the outcome of the call based on all the data it has and all the call recordings that it's analyzed. So it's probably one of the largest sales call recording analysis tools out there. So again, for those that are able to, it's a great option. However, if not, there are other options like secondnature.ai. And really, there's also the ability, of course, for you to record your calls on whichever platform you're using, so from Zoom to any other one, and to then, of course, rewatch that recording, give yourself feedback, understand from that call, what happened, were there differences in terms of in the moment to you rewatching that, and where do you think you could improve? So again, that's a more basic way without AI. However, you can, of course, then take your transcription and upload it, as long as it doesn't contain any sensitive information, to the right LLM platform, and you can get some actionable feedback. So again, that's another option for you to improve and just get suggestions and ideas from an AI based on what you're currently doing in your sales. Next, for objection handling. Now, with objection handling, there are GPTs that can be custom built. I have GPTs for objection handling, and that can really help because, again, these are specific GPTs which have been trained and set up to help to train you to practice and develop in objection handling. Objection handling is something, there are a limited number of different types of objections that you can receive. So that's why objection handling is a skill, and it's typically a skill practiced like any other skill, just time and time again. But it is about knowing exactly what to say and how to best handle and manage and address those objections in the moment. So, how an AI could help with this would be, of course, in text outputs. You could provide some input, or of course, you can do this with the likes of the ChatGPT app and AI voice, or you can use the Meta app. You can use whichever, of course, Gemini app, whichever is your preference for your language learning model. So, finally, in terms of emotional buyer insights, there is a tool called Sybil.ai, which can help to track buyer sentiment on video calls. And that can also help you to guide your pitch. So what that means is obviously just tracking and understanding your buyer's emotion. What emotion were they displaying as you spoke with them, and perhaps helping you to understand in more depth how to guide and tailor your pitch according to their emotional buying style. Now, this is a more advanced, of course, a way to sell, but it is something which is possible thanks to great AI tools like this. So that's Sybil.ai. So please check the notes for a list of the tools which I have recommended in this live video. And remember as well that, again, these are tools that I have used. There are other tools out there. However, these are the tools that I've used and found to be some of the best for this particular sales purpose. And what I can also say is that the future of sales is not manual. It's not all strategy. It will be a mix of those who are able to apply strategy, but also to work and collaborate with technology effectively. And that is where the AI differentiator really comes in. So again, if you're looking to see your conversion rate increase, and if you're looking to get a cheat sheet on what I've talked about today, then subscribe to this channel and comment AI sales in the comments below, and I will send you a tip sheet with each of the tools which I have mentioned today, and how you can, their specific use case and how you can apply them. So if this has been helpful, tap like and of course subscribe to this channel. And with that, make sure that you check out my next video as well, which is being recommended to you. And I will see you on another video soon.